Woo! Hi guys, thanks for tuning in into another video. I appreciate the constant love, the comments. That just inspires me to keep making videos. Nonetheless, today is also another very beautiful idea. I thought of sitting down with a friend who is willingly, and I'm very grateful that he's interested in making this, because this is a very sensitive topic to a lot of people. It's around the tradition of circumcision in Southern Africa amongst the Xhosa people. Did I say that correctly? Xhosa. Anyways guys, I have a bunch of questions, and I really think you would not just enjoy, you'd also learn one or two things about this culture and the reason why it has stood the test of time regardless of the ups and downs. And don't forget to like and subscribe. Don't forget to comment. Enjoy the video. I really appreciate the fact that you're interested in helping me make this video, just to educate not just South Africans, but Africans and humans in general that will just be interested in knowing more about Southern culture. I think my first question would be, for someone who does not know, where do you predominantly find Xhosa people?
All right. Well, most of them, it's quite obvious. You'll find them in Eastern Cape. Yeah, that's the most orientated place with most Xhosa people.
All right. Eastern Cape, right?
The Eastern Cape.
All right.
And also in the Western Cape, mostly your Cape Towns, your Stellenbosch, places like that. And I recently found out there's a lot of Xhosa people in Klerksdorp.
Also in Klerksdorp.
Yeah. So you'll mostly find them in places like that, but most predominantly it's Eastern Cape.
The one thing that I find very difficult is saying Xhosa.
Yes.
A lot of West Africans, we find it very difficult to do that, that click, Xhosa people. But nonetheless, we predominantly going to speak about circumcision, right?
Yeah.
And in the context of the modern world, you feel me?
Yeah.
And in your own words, how would you explain circumcision, the traditional circumcision, to someone who does not know it?
All right. Well, it's the undergoing of becoming a man,
basically.
It's not only you transitioning or transitioning transitioning into a man, but basically also learning more about your cultural role in the manly role of a Xhosa man.
Besides just the circumcision, the process of that happening helps you understand your role as a man, the expectations of a man. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, basically what I'm saying most of the thing.
And where does this happen? Is there a particular place where this happens? Is there a particular time of the year this happens?
Yeah, so mostly happens around in June, July, and also November, December.
All right.
Those are the most times when that happens. Yeah, it has to be in the cold, up mountain. There's not a specific place where you go.
Yeah.
There are different types of schools that are initiated.
What does this process mean for a boy child? What changes happen when you went through this process? What does this mean to you, and what changes happened in your life henceforth?
Yeah. Wow. To be honest, a lot changes.
Okay.
A lot changes because I'm just gonna mention also the fact that I never really grew up like a normal Xhosa child.
All right.
You know what I mean? I went to a good school, a good white school and everything like that. Not really grew up in around Xhosa families and everything like that. That's why Xhosa Sam is a bit bad. But just to mention the changes I went through were, for me, I became really more cultural based, because I grew up in a very Christian, white orient, modern, modern, like a modern boy. But then after I came back from there, transitioning, that whole transition made me more cultural. It made me see who I really am, basically. Not really who I really am, but what I mean to my culture, what I mean to my culture as a man.
Would you say it brought you closer to your culture?
Yeah, it brought me closer to my culture. And for many people, they say no, it doesn't, but it really did. And I learned you know, the fundamentals of being a man for my culture, not only for my culture but for other cultures around me, you know, because we do get to really speak about like the Sothos, Tswanas, every other culture, and how to respect them as men also, and also like how to respect the men in my culture too.
Interesting.
I become more family orientated too. It just, we all grow up loving our family, but after that you have a sense of urge of protection, you know, like you know, like you're built to be the fundamental protection for your family.
Interesting.
Like you're that stronghold. Yeah.
Why do you think the male child who are taken to hospitals to get their circumcision done, why are they disregarded?
Oh, yeah, it's basically because of what happened on the mountain. You know, they, like I said, through the songs, we talk about, we sing about how you numbed the pain, we took the pain, you ran to a hospital where a lady could take care of you, we had to take care of ourselves, you know, and what else, how we had to feel each and every like single pain, the tearing of your foreskin, all of that. Yeah, I think it comes from that, you know, it comes from that pain. And you know, like the same with PTSD, bro, like it's the same thing. Yeah, that pain, trauma is turned into like,
it's like making them feel like they took a shortcut to something.
Yeah, they took a shortcut, and we went through the whole thing.
What is one thing, one incident or one event that happened on the mountain that would forever live with you?
Well, it's going to be two things. It's really sensitive because there was one day I was there, and you know, they give us these breaks where like, let's go give your dick some fresh air because it's healing, and then so they get you to, you know, to spend some time, like hours walking around the mountain, and just like go and find a place where you can just get some fresh air. So I took a walk. It was early afternoon. Early afternoon, I got my break, and then I was like just taking a walk. So from my initiation school, you could see other initiation schools, you know what I mean? So I was chilling on this one rock. Across the river, I could see another initiation school, and as I sat there looking, I could see two boys being transported in a body bag, you know what I mean? I later just like sat there just to like
process what I'm
seeing. Am I seeing what I'm seeing? And like from that whole processing everything, I could see that two boys had already recently died from that initiation school, which was like next to ours. And it was later confirmed, like from our Simbizu Somayashi. Yeah, he's the initiator of the school, like we called him Somayashi, and then he was there. He confirmed it later, like when we had a meeting there in the dome. He just spoke about like, in the next camp, two boys had just recently died due to complications. So.
And how did that make you feel in that process? I'm sure you were terrified or something?
Everyone became instantly terrified. It became a certain urge to survive.
I know this is something that happens to a boy child.
Yeah.
I know the father definitely might have a say because of, you know, the whole African role.
Yeah.
But does the mother also have a say during circumcision?
Because I will speak from my side.
Yeah, because I think speak on something that you went, like your story, you know.
Yeah, true. So with my mother, it was like I never really saw her participation or like her say onto my initiation.
Yeah.
You know, I always saw my father, my uncles, and my brothers, and cousins, mainly cousins, that initially had the biggest say in me going to having to be circumcised. So with my mom, I wouldn't say she had anything to say about it. She just had to be supportive, I feel like,
of the process.
Of the whole process.
So you're saying like it's basically or majorly a role where the man organizes and plans everything.
Yeah, and he even also determines how long I have to stay there.
After the initiation, when you came back home, because obviously it happened somewhere else.
Yeah.
what changes did you notice? The people, like the elders, did they respect you more? Did the women in the family respect you more? Like, I don't know.
Yeah, definitely. There's a higher level of respect now when you come back from like your initiation. From your mom, first of all.
Yeah.
Your mom has sense of, I wouldn't say respect, but she has that thing of like, okay, now it's all on you now. You're no more my baby, you know?
You transition into a man, right?
You're transitioning to a man, and like, it really like, it's like a flip of a coin, you know? It's not something that you walk into and it slowly changes. No, like it's instant, you know? Like, you have more freedom, you have more respect of, your privacy is respected more, your sense of providing is respected more, and
amongst like males, among men,
men, with men also, like you see how they also respect you more also, but it's, I would say, intimidative respect.
Yeah,
they have a sort of intimidative type of respect. Like they always, if they were also initiated, like it's always we pushing each other's buttons, you know what I mean? To see who's more manlier. But for other cultures and everything, like you do get that sense of respect from other types of men, from the greeting, from how you're supposed to be served, how you're supposed to be approached, like how they approach you, like all of that changes. Yeah.
Do you have any idea how long this tradition has existed? Is it as old as the Xhosa tribe?
Yeah, it really is. You know, because like, if you remember properly in history, we were Khoisan, San, Khoi Khoi. Yeah, that was like the whole South African cultures back then, until there was a whole mixture and a whole change. Then there was Sesotho, Sotho, Tswana. That's when the Tswana, Xhosa, Zulu, Pedi, Ndebele came about. We are really taught how long it was around, which is the beginning of time from Xhosa people. And we are told the story of Mamizu Somakwaza.
What's the story? Is it like a folklore? Please share it.
Yeah. I don't mind. Somakwaza was, so Xhosa people had like a whole tribal place where they were living.
Okay.
And then Somakwaza was one of the warriors, if I'm not mistaken, I'm trying to remember the story properly. He was one of the warriors there, and he slept with the women of the camp. Yeah, the women of the camp, the other warriors' wives. Yeah. And then he was punished, exiled. And during his exile, he decided, you know, during this exile, I'm gonna come back the strongest Xhosa man possible. And then he decided to circumcise himself. You know what I mean? He circumcised himself and healed, took care of himself for that whole exile period. Yeah. And when he came back, he slept with the woman again. And it's really sort of a funny story. And then the woman like figured that his way of, you know, like his way of doing things is like
love making.
Yeah, love making is way better. Okay. It's way better with this whole circumcised thingy. And like, instead of the men rebuking him or anything like that, he, I think he went into a fight and he was like the strongest man. You know, through exile you become strong and everything. He was strong in all aspects, mentally, spiritually, like everything, physically, everything. And
did he encounter someone from a different realm? Maybe aliens that like you know.
I don't know. Like
if you do you plan to have kids?
Yeah. I have a beautiful daughter already.
Oh, you have a daughter?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Beautiful daughter, yeah.
If you happen to have a boy child, would you like your boy child to also go through the traditional circumcision?
Yeah. Yeah.
And why is that?
Yeah, because of how, I will mention two things. Like how, number one, how my, like I said, how I went through my whole initiation. Yeah. It wasn't through the normal, strict, masculine doctrine. It was mostly Christian based. We got to get closer to our ancestors, by acknowledging them, but not praising them. And
what do you mean by acknowledging and not praising them?
So the difference is in my initiation school, we got to acknowledge them, to know who they are, the significant role they played in our lives for them to be where we are today.
Okay.
In terms of not only in our family, but the same men who initiated the whole circumcision. And we get to acknowledge them. And praising them, it wouldn't be that thing of, you hit a few rocks, throw some bones. And, yeah, that whole sangoma undergoing thing, and being afraid of certain cultural practices. For me, I don't have to do all of that. I don't have to practice certain cultural practices.
Okay. So you're saying you'd like your child to go through it because of the cultural understanding you receive from the process?
The whole cultural understanding I got, the role I play for my culture, who I am, the role I play, and the significance that I play to continue this. To continue the
Xhosa tradition.
The Xhosa tradition. Yeah.
Beautiful.
And nice. I would love my son to have the same privilege, for him to do the same. Yeah.
Do you think circumcision has something to do with ancestors?
Yeah, it really does. Because when we are there, I don't know if you go and have to, like I said, if you watch the videos and watch pictures, you see we have this white covering that we put on each other. That is to cover from dark spirits. So they say like dark spirits, and there's certain things that we are not supposed to eat, the whole eating, doing thing, because of ancestors, because of respecting of ancestors, and also the covering of dark spirits. When you're there,
what are the things you eat?
The things we eat there are like for the first 8 days there's no meat and there's no water, so you're only allowed to eat pap, mealie meal, cabbage, spinach, your normal mixed veg, your mutton, your mutton with pap.
What's mutton?
Mutton is like gravy. Like more thick gravy.
Do you think there are certain things in the culture that we could change without necessarily moving people away from the culture?
Yeah, I really believe that. I feel like we can change the safety precautions. We can really look at more safer ways to undergo, to make the whole initiation undergo more safely. Like I mentioned, I would love for every family to see their son again. The most beautiful experience for me was the coming back. The coming back to your family and seeing the tears on your mom's eyes, that sense of relief, not only that you are alive, not only that you became a man, but the fact that you are alive and that you survived, that you went through it,
Are you proud of being a Xhosa man?
Yes. Yes, I really am. I really am proud of being a Xhosa man, not only because of the fact that I survived, but the fact that I got closer to my culture and I got to, live the experience. I got to live the experience and experience it, and wisdom comes from experience. So I really am proud to be a Xhosa man, because like I said, Xhosa people play a significant role of what South Africa is today. You know what I mean?
That's a very bold statement. That's a very bold statement. Mandela is Xhosa, right?
Mandela is Xhosa. So I feel like elders, when you say safe, they hear soft. When you say safe, they hear soft. Let's come up with safer ways. They hearing no, let's come up with softer ways, And
do you think that is valid, also valid? At the expense of someone's life, I think I would still be, I don't want to kill anybody, or I don't want anyone to die in the process of trying to do something.
And for them it's, when you see death once, you get to be like, oh well, I guess, at the moment, yes, it's like, oh, tragic experience. But when someone really sees death several times, undergoing the same way it went, or it happening this way, they tend to accept it. And I feel like they have gone to an acceptance level of, oh well, this is what happens. And getting them to shift from that, it's going to be hard. And yeah.
Do you think there's a way of contemporary making the process safer without sabotaging the essence of it?
It's been hard. It's been hard. I don't want to lie to you. It's been hard because of two things. One, because of the stubbornness of our fellow, the
people that came before you.
The elders. Yeah, there's a stubbornness because of the elders, because they felt as if I went through it this way, why am I
trying to change it?
Why am I supposed to change it? Because I survived, then the next person can. And they're not getting the whole thing of the high percentage of people living in a body bag, you know. I don't know if it's not kicking in, you know. Like some people don't want their sons to go back in a body bag. So I think we can, if the stubbornness was shifted aside.
If we can make it just safer.
Just make it safer.
So you're saying you don't want the culture to change.
Yeah.
The tradition can stay, but just make it safer.
Just make it safer so that some parents can have the privilege to see their child again, their son again, you know, for not really making the decision that I decided that my child can live or die, but I decided that my child can become a man and he can come back to me with this new perspective and we can welcome him back, you know. Yeah, I don't want to collect my son in a body bag. That I feel like no parent, no family should go through that, and that we should really work on making sure that that is taken.
That's dope. I like the way you close the day.
Thank you.
So guys, thank you very much for watching today's video. If you have anything you'd like to, you know, comment, you know, definitely use the comment section. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and don't forget to share the video with people that you think might learn or be entertained by the content. Would you like to drop your Insta handle if you want people to follow you, if you want people to just, you know?
Well, right now, I don't have any Instagram or Facebook.
Okay.
I do have a company page for my company. It's at blockchain barcode. It's one word. It's just at blockchain barcode. I'd like you guys to go there. Just check out what I do for a living.
I'll put this description in the link below, and you guys please like, subscribe, comment, you know, check more of Faku's work. Thank you very much.
Peace.
In the morning when I wake and the sun is getting through, oh, you fill my lungs with sweetness and you fill my head with you. Shall I write